Thank you for joining me today. I'm Joanna Bell, registered dietitian here at Springmore. I know many of us are feeling the emotional effects of all the changes we've been experiencing. So I wanted to spend a few minutes talking about foods we can choose to help boost our mood. Food affects the function of your brain, your mood, your ability to manage stress, anxiety, and depression. Have you ever heard the saying, "You are what you eat"? There's definitely some truth to the saying, as food and body chemicals interact, which can have an effect on how we feel. By consuming certain foods and combinations of foods, we can be more alert during the day and sleep better at night, which definitely helps our mood. There are a number of important chemicals in the brain that can influence our mood. You've probably heard of some of these. Tryptophan, serotonin, melatonin, dopamine and norepinephrine, and acetylcholine are some brain chemicals found in food. Let's spend a few minutes talking about these different brain chemicals. Tryptophan is an amino acid or protein building block that is present in protein foods and some other food sources. Tryptophan is responsible for producing both serotonin and melatonin in the brain. Adequate intake of tryptophan may help prevent depression, anxiety, and the inability to sleep at night, also referred to as insomnia. It's a myth that too much turkey at Thanksgiving can cause us to feel sleepy after Thanksgiving dinner, but it is likely that in addition to tryptophan in the turkey, we also consumed a lot of carbohydrates at dinner that also made us feel full and sleepy after eating. As you can see, warm milk is particularly high in tryptophan and can be a great remedy when you're unable to get to sleep. Serotonin is made from tryptophan, but also occurs naturally in some fruits, vegetables, and nuts. Serotonin also helps with regulating mood, sleep, and anxiety levels. Some good sources you would find on our menus would be tomatoes, pineapple, eggplant, bananas, and walnuts. "95% of serotonin is produced in the digestive tract. Probiotics are key to this production. We'll be discussing probiotics later on. As mentioned earlier, melatonin can be produced in the brain from tryptophan and also from serotonin. If you have adequate serotonin in the brain, it can be converted to melatonin, which promotes sleepiness. Some natural sleep remedies contain melatonin. There are limited food sources of melatonin, but perhaps a bowl of warm oatmeal with milk may be a great evening snack instead of going for those salty chips or pretzels. Dopamine and norepinephrine are what you want during the day to enhance attention and alertness, and even promote improved concentration. You want to consume foods containing these compounds during the day so that you will stay focused and alert. Foods high in these compounds are protein foods, like meat, poultry, fish, and eggs. It's recommended that you consume a high protein source with each meal to keep you awake and alert during the day. If you feel sleepy between meals, try a high protein snack like yogurt, cheese, or cottage cheese. Acetylcholine is also involved in concentration and the ability to focus on a task. Eggs are really the only food that contain a significant amount of choline. While eggs have gotten a bad rap in the past, there is definitely a benefit of consuming eggs, up to 3 per week, as they contain choline and are an excellent source of high-quality protein. Now we will focus on some nutritional compounds and also discuss the benefits of exercise on mood. You may have heard that omega-3 fatty acids are good for your heart, but they also may be good for your mood. There are a limited number of foods containing omega-3 fatty acids, but good sources include salmon, tuna, canola oil, olive oil, walnuts, and flaxseed. It is recommended that you consume omega-3 fatty acids from food sources. However, omega-3 supplements are also available. If you're taking blood thinning agents, be sure to talk to your doctor before consuming any omega-3 fatty acid supplements. Research on omega-3 fatty acids has shown some positive effects on cardiovascular health, but also on mood status. Increasing your intake of omega-3 fatty acids while decreasing the intake of omega-6 fatty acids is recommended. As we know, there are limited sources of omega-3 fatty acids, so increasing your intake of these omega-3 fatty acids will increase the ratio of omega-3s to omega-6 fatty acids. Omega-6 fatty acids are present in unsaturated oils such as salad dressings, margarine, sandwich spreads, and mayonnaise, so you'll want to limit these while increasing your intake of foods like salmon, tuna, and walnuts. Here's a list of sources of omega-3 fatty acids. You can also purchase eggs that are fortified with omega-3 fatty acids. Since our body does not make omega-3s, we need to include them in our diet. A 3.5 ounce piece of salmon has about 2.3 grams of omega-3s, or 7 walnuts have about 2.5 grams of omega-3s. Or you could choose chia seeds, and 2 tablespoons of chia seeds have about 4.9 grams of omega-3s. I like to sprinkle chia seeds on my oatmeal. Low folic acid levels may also impact mood state and concentration. Folic acid levels should be evaluated in individuals that are not responding to their antidepressant treatment. Sources of folic acid include fortified breads and cereals, liver, dark green vegetables such as spinach, Brussels sprouts, and broccoli. Folic acid fortification of breads and cereals began in the mid-1990s, and there is much less risk of deficiency since the fortification process was initiated. Short exposures to sunlight during the warm months can help promote the storage of vitamin D during the cold months. There have been many recent recommendations that higher levels of vitamin D are needed. However, we should be cautioned that excess vitamin D may also be harmful. Vitamin D is similar to omega-3 fatty acids in the fact that it is found in few foods. Vitamin D is found in salmon, tuna, eggs, milk, and fortified cereals. A vitamin D supplement can be taken, which is often sold as a calcium with D supplement. However, the intake of greater than 1,000 international units per day is not recommended at this time. Vitamin D in the form of sunlight can shut down melatonin production and prevent sleepiness during the day. Probiotics are live bacteria and yeast that are good for you, especially your digestive system. Probiotics are often called good bacteria because they help keep your gut healthy. Some studies have shown healthy bacteria in the small and large intestine can help to manage anxiety. Probiotics are found in some of the foods listed here, like yogurt, sauerkraut, and you may have even seen kefir in the grocery store in the yogurt section. These other sources are not typically foods that we would normally see, so some people choose to take a probiotic supplement. "15 minutes of unprotected sun exposure several times per week will help make adequate vitamin D. If you're going to stay in the sun for longer periods of time, sunblock should be applied to your skin. If you do not consume foods that contain vitamin D, a vitamin D supplement may be indicated." A small amount of alcohol, up to 1 5-ounce glass of wine per day for women and 2 5-ounce glasses a day for men, can be beneficial for health. However, it should be avoided 2 to 4 hours before bedtime, as it can act as a stimulant later in the sleep cycle. Caffeine can be a beneficial stimulant during daylight hours, but it can increase night waking and decrease total sleep time. Some individuals are more sensitive to caffeine than others, and a tolerance can develop. People that are used to drinking caffeinated beverages throughout the day can build up a tolerance to caffeine and therefore will take more caffeine to cause anxiety and increase night waking. Physical activity in combination with consuming foods that benefit mood will promote improvements in well-being. When people exercise, there's increased blood flow to the brain, which elevates levels of endorphins. Endorphins are protein substances that work as natural painkillers and promote a feeling of well-being. Balancing healthy intakes with regular levels of exercise is the best approach to health and well-being. This would be a great time to walk outdoors for exercise and enjoy our beautiful campus while still practicing your social distancing. We know that exercise increases endorphins in the body, but we want to exercise daily as endorphins break down in the body after 24 hours. So to review, you should consume a good source of tryptophan at least once daily to produce serotonin to help with sleep. A glass of warm milk may help those that have difficulty getting to sleep. You also want to consume complex carbohydrates such as whole grain breads and cereals, which help stimulate the production of serotonin. You'll want to consume an excellent source of melatonin in the evening to aid in a good night's sleep. Sources of melatonin, remember, are things like oatmeal, rice, and bananas. You'll want to consume 3 eggs per week for increased focus and memory. Consume at least 1 rich source of omega-3 fatty acids daily. Omega-3 fatty acids are found in salmon and walnuts. You may want to ask your doctor about checking your vitamin D and folic acid blood levels. And if you're going to drink alcohol, do so in moderation and wait at least 2 to 4 hours before going to sleep. You'll want to include probiotics in your diet, consume caffeine in moderation, and engage in regular exercise daily. Here's a sample of a mood-boosting menu plan for a day. Breakfast would include a hard-boiled egg, slice of whole wheat toast, pineapple, and skim milk. For lunch, you could choose a turkey sandwich on whole wheat bread with lettuce and tomato, a banana, and skim milk. Dinner would be salmon, brown rice, tomato and spinach salad with walnuts, and skim milk. As an evening snack, to help produce melatonin and serotonin before bed, would be oatmeal with a glass of warm milk. Thanks so much for joining me today. And if there's any questions or if we can be of any help to you, the dietitian's office number is 3102. Thanks so much for your time, and I hope to see everyone soon.